When Gerona arrived back home, a full moon had passed. He had come too late. A feverish delusion had overcome the land. The seer's messengers delivered dark dreams. Dreams of doom and peril. The seer had created his own realm of prophecy. A desperate realm. A realm of fear.
Where? Nuri's hideout. I'm back. But why is it snowing? It can't even be the beginning of Boron yet. Nuri. Nuri will forgive me. One of the mandrakes has survived. Night Wrathling.
What? Who?
Don't you remember me? The farm in Thash Mountains last fall.
Oh yes, the pleasant boy with the beautiful girl. Time flies. Say, what happened to the girl?
She abandoned me.
Did you do her harm?
I lied to her.
That can happen. But the darkness looming over us these days shan't worry you anymore.
No, I must rectify my mistake.
You can't force love. You'd better save your own life now.
Why are you sitting here before the gates of the town?
I have failed in my quest. I have disappointed the king and my country. I was in the search of the seer. He's back and foisting his dark crows upon the land. The madness has a grip on us all.
Did you find the seer?
No, but I was closer to him than almost anyone before. The further I rode, the more often I was watched by eerie creatures. Their soulless gaze burned on my back and sucked the life from my bones. Thus weakened, I finally left my path to confront them in the dark. But they fought with unholy might. I could barely escape. They wanted to keep me as far away from their master as possible. I'm sure about that.
What happened to Andergast?
Mischief rained upon us. Swarms of crows ravaged the land until there was only dead earth left.
Are there even more now than there were last autumn?
Whole tempests of crows. Every night there are more and more. They say they bring the worst nightmares. Even in their houses, people aren't safe.
What does the king do about this threat?
When he learned who was behind the plague of crows, he sent the most stalwart knights and many of the townsfolk to seek out the seer and finish him off. But alas, none returned victorious from this quest, if they even returned at all. And now I have failed as well.
Where is the king?
He's barricaded himself in the castle. It would seem the seer will finally fulfill his wicked plan even after 13 years.
Tell me about the creatures who defeated you.
Soulless creatures they were. Cold, relentless, and final. Like Boron himself. I don't want to think about it anymore. They were not from this world.
I don't have to listen to any more of this. Do you know if a fairy scholar has reached Andergast? A noteworthy guy by the name of Giacomo Norta.
Never heard of him. You'd better ask at the Academy of Magic. They know these things better than I do.
I'll leave you alone.
Thank you.
It must have slept through the beginning of winter. Olgerd, what are you doing with the pitchfork there?
Go away. Leave me alone, nightmares.
Calm down, it's me, Geron.
Geron? You, of all people? When it's almost over?
What's wrong with you? What happened to Ulfried?
He's dead. I skewered him with the pitchfork.
Why did you kill Ulfried?
Yes. You think it's my fault, don't you? It is my fault. I hear them scream. Murderer! Murderer!
There's nothing there, Olgerd. Listen, why did you do it?
I had dreams that I'd have to die because of him. Because of him! He always stared at me, with those pig's eyes of his. He grunted he was hungry over and over again. I'm hungry! I knew he'd eat me neck and crop. He'd eat me if I didn't put the fork through his head.
What do you mean by the end?
I can't go on. I'll take my own life.
Don't be foolish.
The dreams, Geron. When I close my eyes, I see his grotesque face. He haunts me in my sleep. I am a murderer, Geron. And murderers have to die.
Stop that nonsense. Give me the pitchfork. All will be well, believe me.
I should listen to you, of all people. Maybe this is all your fault. Why should I listen to you?
Trust me, it'll all sort itself out.
Oh, yeah?
Didn't you always say that bad luck will befall Andergast if I didn't leave?
Yes.
But I did leave. Now see what happened afterwards?
Yes, that's right.
Couldn't that mean that I will right things after my return? But you'd have to trust me first.
Do you really think?
Ulfried's death wasn't your fault. It wasn't you who did it. Those crows hexed you.
Hexed me?
Yes. You wouldn't have caused Ulfried any harm, would you? So there must have been a curse that wielded the pitchfork using your hands.
Do you really think?
Come on, give me the pitchfork.
Maybe you're right. Very well then. Take the pitchfork and clean it. What if I get nightmares again?
Then challenge your fear. Try to understand it. I need your jug, Olgerd.
Just take it. Take everything you can find.
So, I'm back. Time to clean out. There's one dove's egg left. It's completely wedged in. Hopeless. Perhaps I can break loose the bottom of the drawer. An empty drawer doesn't need a bottom. Gwynling's remedy against the crow's curse. I need 1 mandrake, 1 yaruga, 2 ounces of thrashbeard, Something that attracts crows, and something that contains fairy magic. In brackets, presumably, all of that together is heated in a glass bulb. Now I've got a peace envoy's flag, which I won't need because I'll kill the seer. What's this? This route seems to have survived. The crows haven't left anything of the town's banner. If the crows do this to every town's banner, it would make great bait. Away with this rag. Gwynling's small compendium of plants. Let's see. Pale yellow root, celery-like leaves. Without any doubt, a yaruga root. This is an oak twig. Every Andergastian will recognize that. Let's see. Greyish-green lichen, bewitched forest. This has to be thrashbeard lichen. Yes, it's a mandrake, without any doubt. One mandrake, 2 ounces of thrashbeard, one yaruga, something that attracts crows, something that presumably contains fairy magic. Now those ghastly crows only need to touch it. Ouch! Hot! Green cloth and brown oak twig. But for the town's emblem, I need an oak twig of green cloth. A green oak twig. Now all that's missing is a red crown. Night Rathling! Those peculiar crows. They must have a weak spot. Every bird can be lured or scared off by something.
When I came back to the town, the crows were madly attacking the pennant at the end of my lance. All I could salvage was a shred of it.
Give me the remains of your pennant.
The escutcheon is worthless. Andergast will perish.
Come on, just give me the shred.
Oh well, you can take it.
I'll leave you alone.
Thank you.
The town's emblem. Now I just have to sew the pieces together. Let's get going then. First the crown, then the oak twig. And that's how you make a banner. Up with it.
The castle dwellers have just noticed your little work of art, boy. The king wants to see you now. Perhaps he's gathering new hope.
Finally.
Truly an incredible story, birdcatcher. So you're saying that the raven is the seer? Every day this bird approaches me and demands the ring of the burnt one.
He will cast Andergast into eternal darkness, just like he did with Nuri's fairyland.
You're displaying great boldness in showing up in front of your king after you vanished so unexpectedly. But don't misuse the woes of my land as an excuse for your own failure.
This time I won't go away, my king. If Nuri dies, I'll lose everything I have left.
Do you think you're the only one who feels helplessness and despair? Lust for revenge and wrath makes us blind, like way back when. 13 years ago, perhaps we were the blind ones, not the seer.
Well, well. The king and the birdcatcher. A display that could be from a fairy tale. Where have your shining knights gone, my king?
Spare your sarcasm, seer. You have been uncovered.
You believe what the bringer of bad luck is telling you? Why should I mind? I have torn the veil of time apart, and I have looked Satinav himself in the eye. Fate is riding in, unstoppable. It's standing right inside your throne room, even now.
Enough of that. What do you want?
You know my offer, King Wraithling. Give me the ring, or fall into eternal darkness together with remnants of your realm. Decide. What shall it be?
My king.
Silence! You want my decision, seer? You shall have your ring. I will personally crown your ashes with it as soon as you are burnt for good.
No, little king. That is not the conclusion that I see.
We had hoped it would end when we burnt him, but now I'm not sure anymore. What if the prophecy concerning you is true?
It's only the seer who conjures up misfortune. He had Knight Alderic and Magistra Dorota killed, and Gwynling. He has cast Nuri's home into peril, and he has called the crows to Andergast. Now he has abducted Nuri. She has to play the harp for him until she becomes a sad fairy.
Your steadfastness warrants respect, but you are only human. Do not expect much help from me. Too many men I've sent to their death already.
Your Majesty, grant me admittance to the Academy. This shall be my only plea.
The Academy? What do you hope to achieve there?
I have to talk to the fairy scholar and find out more about the magic harp.
Your heart seems to be in the right place, Gerona. I will give you a written pass that identifies you as my envoy.
Be thanked 1,000 times, my king.
Good luck, Birdcatcher. I hope you'll be able to save your friend.
Who goes there? What purpose does he have?
Look, a royal charter. So, let me in already.
Not so fast. Indeed. The royal seal. All right then, Birdcatcher. You may enter, but I'll remember your face.
There's still light up there.
Gerona, you're alive! By Satinav's empty gaze. I was convinced that the seer had sealed your fate.
The raven is the seer. He's got Nuri, but I've been to her world.
Slow down. Slow down. One thing after another. You're safe here for now.
What's new?
What do you want to know?
What did you experience?
The way to Andergast was cumbersome. Cursed crows and soulless fairy creatures. But look, I'm still alive.
What happened to your leg?
Oh, I've been bitten by worse. Shall I tell you about the fairy tooth I once found?
I haven't got time for that, Giacomo. Have you gathered all the knowledge we're looking for?
Well, According to Magistra Dorota, the harp bears great chaotic powers of unknown origin. It seems impossible to destroy, and any attempt to play it results in death for humans.
I have a feeling this is just the beginning of my journey. Is there anything else you found out?
The harp is not only the source of the crow plague. Since Nuri has been playing it, it's been sending us a veritable tempest of crows.
If that's all you found out, we really have to find the harp now.
This, is something the Magistra hasn't noted anywhere, I'm afraid. There must be more records somewhere. But the library is huge and not well sorted.
We don't have time, Giacomo. We have to be faster in our search now. Tell me about those visions that plagued the Andergastians.
Madness is rampant. Hardly anyone can stand the dark visions of the future.
Is there any protection against them?
Well, I for one haven't slept in days.
But that can't be a permanent solution. Why does the seer send visions? Does he want to make everyone crazy?
I fear it might be worse than that. He's collecting all the dreams with the help of the harp to outwit Satinav, in order to divine the truth about the future from the dreams.
He said he wanted to avert a catastrophe and doesn't want to die.
He must have seen his own death. He's challenging fate itself by combining the visions of thousands in order to know what will happen.
That's crazy, isn't it? Is that even possible?
I'm not concerned about his plans. It's his deeds that I'm worried about, and those cause death and destruction.
About something else. Ever since the attack of the crows in the royal chambers, I've had this recurring dream of the seer's execution.
Crows have made you dream of the seer? Very unsettling.
I was finally able to unravel this dream in the fairies' realm. The seer must have cast his own soul into the raven while he was on the stake. He used a magic ring for that. He's demanding it back from the king now.
The mysterious artifact of the seer that was salvaged from the ashes back then.
What do you know about this artifact?
What exactly do you want to know?
Do you know where the artifact is nowadays?
No magic could touch the ring. It could neither be disenchanted nor destroyed.
That's why the thing should be kept safe in the academy.
Magister Oakwood took care of it when the seer revealed himself the second time. I'll look in the library to see if there are any records left concerning that.
Who's Magister Oakwood?
The Vice-Chancellor of the Academy. Keeper of the Seer's Ring. He's locked himself in his study for days. You'll find the chamber right next to the stairs in the hall, but he has locked the door using magic. I don't even know if he's still alive.
Do you know how an exchange of souls can be done?
That's a difficult question, the answer to which is hidden between heaven and earth.
Please, Giacomo, explain it to me as simply as you can.
Well, all right. Every being has a magical element along with its physical existence. The astral body. Concealed deep within lies our soul, purportedly. With powerful magic, it might be possible to open up the astral bodies of two living beings and exchange their souls.
So the seer wants the artifact in order to get back into a human body?
One would imagine, yes.
Perhaps even the king's body?
What are you saying?
Just a thought. The seer is still captured in the raven's body. And what did Gwynling used to say? To catch a bird, you need two things. A proper net and the right bait.
Wait. This is dangerous.
Why? If the seer is so desperate for the ring, he might drop his guard.
Or we'll let him get his hands on the artifact and do exactly what we originally planned to avert.
Do you think you're telling me something I don't know? But we are not the future's slaves, and I don't see any alternative. I'll find this artifact for sure. About something else. I have to save Nuri. As long as she's playing the harp, the seer's tempest of the crows will never end, and soon she will be lost, beyond any hope.
By the name of Fabulon, I'll help you with all the knowledge I have, but you'll have to go alone. My injured leg would only slow you down.
I discovered the Dreamweaver's harp in Nuri's world.
The Dreamweaver's harp? Oh, I mustn't be jealous. Tell me about it. What did it do?
It helps to challenge evil dreams and overcome them. But for the Queen, it brought dark dreams too. Dark dreams of the future.
By Satinav, I'm sensing the horrendous. The seer's harp summons the crows, and those bring dark visions to us humans.
Dark and dangerous fairy power.
Shadows are cast upon my life's work.
I'll be back soon. Pro sapientia discera. Pro animum abstinera. Pro
regnum mori. Learn for wisdom, restrain yourself for the spirit, die for the kingdom.
I'd rather die for Nuri.
How about we all survive?
Quid est veritas?
What is truth?
I don't know. I don't really care at the moment.
Understandable.
Ni discera zessa.
Never stop learning. Profound.
Are you still using this magic looking glass?
The magnifier? Not at the moment, no. I'll bring it back when you're done. The handwriting of Magistra Dorota is so tiny.
I'm taking this away from you. You need to be of sober mind.
In vino veritas.
Yeah, sure. Write it down and hang it on the wall. Way too many books. No man can read all that. firmly latched. Hello? No one's answering. Andergast vivat, andergast crescat, andergast floriat. Fatum est in scriptum. Eius causa discimus. Eius causa discimus. Eius causa discimus. He scribbled this saying all over the place.
Eius causa discimus. Eius causa discimus. Eius causa discimus.
Magister Oakward? What? What's wrong with you?
All those faces. Thousands of shards. Hycinda, save my mind. Eius causa discimus. Eius causa discimus.
Quod die benevertant.
Ha! The gods won't help you now.
What?
Eius causa discimus.
I'd rather not. Their picture is fading more and more. If you knew what I've been through. What's written here? The print is so small. What's written here? Raven's Peak. What does that mean? I must find the harp. I'm certain the seer keeps her captive there. We have to talk. Does the name Raven's Peak mean anything to you? Gwynling scribbled that on his drawing of the harp.
That isn't the name of a mountain. Perhaps you'll find a hint in the ethnographic section of the library.
What does Eius causa discimus mean? Magister Oakward keeps repeating this one sentence all the time.
Well, I can tell you that. It means, because of her, we learn. It's a well-known saying amongst scholars, and it refers to Hycinda, the goddess of wisdom.
What does the Magister mean by that?
By the imp's beard, I have no idea. Madness must have clouded his mind, too.
I'll be back soon. Raven's Peak, Raven's Peak. Here, the mountain Raven's Peak in the stone oak forest. And on this page, magician Dorota has drawn the way to the magic harp.
Excellent.
The tablet is wedged. Looky here. It could fit into this hole. Aha! So, what now? I hope this isn't just for kicks. There's nothing of interest to see. There's nothing of interest to see. There's nothing of interest to see. The goddess of war stands by our side in our struggle against Nostria, most of the time. Preos, the chieftain of the gods, first among the deities. The goddess of love. Why have you made everything so complicated? It's the blacksmiths who pray to Ingarim. Perena blesses our crops. Good luck and cunning, as yet, Fex hasn't left me. The ever-changing lizard Ingval, called by the name of Tsar by some. Grim Fearon, I hope Gwynling found his way into your hunting grounds. The goddess of wisdom isn't too well revered in Andergast. The ruler of the realm of the dead, you won't get Nuri yet, but I'll send you the seer soon. Travia, loyal, caring, reliable, and a bit boring, but I didn't say that. The unpredictable god of the sea. What happens now? It's right above the magic cage, like it should be. The chandelier can neither be moved up nor downwards. The cage of Asmodeus, to keep valuable or forbidden artifacts, surrounded by cumulative destroyer magic. Be very aware. Destroyer magic is conferred to every object or subject that comes into contact with the cage, whether directly or indirectly. Whatever falls into the cage cannot escape forevermore. Invisible threads of power hold the desideratum in the middle of the cage. Ah! What the devil? For the sake of old times. What if I just let them drop in? The shards hover in there like the wooden ring. If I reach into the jug from above now... Oh, damn it! No, not this way. Of course not. So much for your invincible cage. We have to talk. Look, Giacomo, the seer's ring.
By all the stars. In the meantime, I've read through more of the magician's analysis.
Do you know what exactly the thing does now?
Zinda have mercy on me. It really seems to swap the souls of two living beings. It's important to have a focus. The artifact has to be equipped with a part of the target's body.
The raven's feather, from my dream.
That's right. The target must be near the artifact too.
How does it engage the magic?
If you speak the word, the magic of the ring is engaged immediately. Alas, this says its magic is spent for the most part already.
What does that mean?
It can only be used once more.
What exactly can be used as a focus?
You will need an actual part of the target's body. Hair, fingernails, blood. That associates the ring with the target person. The body part has to be conjoined with the artifact. Touch it, as it were.
The seer is still captured in the raven's body. And what did Gwynling used to say? To catch a bird, you need two things.
Wait! This is...
Why? If the seer is so desperate for the ring, he might drop his...
Or we'll let him get his hands on the artifact and do a...
Do you think you're telling me something I don't know? But we are not the future's slave. About something else. I'll be back soon. The fairy scholar has all the records concerning that matter. Ah, look here. In order to be safe from the magic of the fairies, paint the head of a piglet on your door. If only I had known that earlier. Perhaps I can find something about the seer's harp.
Don't bother. I've already rummaged through the whole shelf. Magistra Dorota didn't leave anything else.
Here's something about transmigration. It is said about dark druids that they can exchange their soul with that of an animal or even a human. Then they migrate from soul to soul and thus live many a year until their own soul goes to the unnamed. Some fairy folk are also said to have this talent, but those just do it for pleasure and so they play a joyful game with it. Why Andergast will prevail. May Andergast shine bright. Ephedon the First. There's the story about how he set forth with the heroes to challenge the seer 13 years ago, but he was wounded on the journey and had to be left behind. The 13th war against Nostria, the 14th war against Nostria. I don't have that much time. There's a note about the seer. Regrettable is his death, considering the lost chance to observe the magic. How did he gather his knowledge of the future? Was he a druid or even a warlock? He seemed to use the power of fairy magic too. The examination of his remains did not reveal anything of value. Hundreds of books about Andergast and one about Nostria. About fairy worlds. Mighty strange to behold are the creatures of the other worlds, for it is reported that it is hard to tell if they walk on two legs, or if they're animal or plant, or hemitic noses. About Nostria. As flat and ugly as a place is the kingdom of Nostria. The common Nostrian angles in brackish ponds for salterels. I know all that already. Mathematics. Many crows make a swarm. I don't need to know more about it. Raven's Peak, Raven's Peak. Damn, there must be something to be found somewhere. Perhaps on a different shelf. Raven's Peak, Raven's Peak. Here, the mountain Raven's Peak in the stone oak forest. And on this page, magician Dorota has drawn the way to the magic harp.
Excellent.
We have to talk. What do you know about this artifact?
What exactly do you want to...
Would it be possible to change the ring's magic word?
You mean the trigger? Why do you ask?
We could render the ring useless to the seer and use it as bait instead.
Interesting thought. The analysis of the magicians say that this is possible. The original word has to be recited backwards, followed immediately by the new word to be implemented.
Have the magicians had any luck with this?
I'm afraid not. They never found out the seer's word.
In my dream, the seer mumbled one word when he changed souls.
Try to remember it.
It was Corvus.
Formidable. Now we can prepare the ring with our own magic word.
How about Satinav?
That is a very good choice. Satinav it shall be.
I'm ready to go to the Raven's Peak to free Nuri. I'll bait the raven with the artifact he so desperately wants. Then I'll kill him, or flee with Nuri.
I don't know, Geron. Certainly it is useless to him without the new magic word, but how do you want to set the trap for him?
He is a raven. I am a bird catcher. I'll come up with something.
I'd like to have your self-confidence. So, this is goodbye then. May the stars of the worlds and all the fairies' luck be with you.
Farewell.
Farewell, and keep away from the harp's strings. Touching them destroys the human spirit.
Thanks for your help, Giacomo.
They say time heals all wounds, even its own. But Geron's time had almost entirely run out. Fate, destiny, doom. He didn't bother with such thoughts anymore. The end of his journey lay before him.
I'd better lay low. Sephiroth will understand. This piece of skin should suffice. I don't need any more. Something's jammed. Completely frozen. This is for you, Raven. Very good. The ice is coming off. Now it should be working. The lever goes with this cogwheel. These will have to do for one single shot. I always wanted to do that. No one is ever going to sacrifice to you ever again, seer. No one is ever going to sacrifice to you ever again, seer. Nuri, I'm coming, and then the raven will decorate this pole. Very well, but what will I sacrifice to the beasts? I'm reluctant to cut off my own hand. Nuri! I can't reach it. It's already broken. Too dull and frail to be used as a weapon. Got it. This is for you, meat fly. Nuri. Nuri. Nuri!
Who are you?
Can't you see me? It's me, Geron.
Gerona? The harpers called you here, like the birdman said.
Yes.
I wanted to paint a green sky for you, but the sounds of the harp make every color black.
I'll take you away from here. Somehow.
Don't bother, bird catcher. There is no salvation. Nuri and the harp are one.
Seer.
Yes. It's a shame that I am who I am, that I see what I see, and that I have to do what has to be done.
You are asking for sympathy?
I am not heartless, Nighthare. I'm just taking what was meant to be mine.
And what, pray tell, is that?
I was once promised eternal life, but all I got was the prospect of a painful death. But this cannot be my fate. The gods have one more task for me to fulfill. There is a reason why I was blessed with the gift of second sight. That's why I mustn't die.
But die is what you will do. I'll pluck you and then stuff you.
Think about your next step wisely, birdcatcher. It doesn't have to end here. Don't you understand? Nuri is just the fabric your dreams are made of. The magic bird that vanishes as soon as you reach for it. Down there, real life is waiting for you. The herb girl will give you many children. Children that no fairy would have ever born for you. What do you say? Don't you want to give me anything in exchange for that? Didn't you bring what belongs to me? Give me the artifact, and I'll let you go.
What did you do to Nuri? Let her go. Torture me if you need a sacrifice.
Rah! You cannot save her anymore. The harp has consumed her. Every attempt to free her would mean her death.
What do you want with the ring? Will your spirit occupy my body?
Indeed. Wouldn't that be sweet irony? But why would I want to be a birdcatcher when I could be king?
That's what this is all about. You want dominion over Andergast.
Andergast? No. I will reign over a realm of dreams. 1,000 shards of dreams reveal the future to me. And then I'll forge it after my own will. And finally, I will be immortal. The artifact? Give it to me!
Don't give up, Nuri. I'm sorry I lied to you. I wanted to save you.
Don't worry. Imps lie quite often too. And I like imps.
Oh, how heartwarming.
You'll be free soon. Then you'll fly, free like a bird, soaring up to the skies. Somehow I'll get the harp to let you go.
But I am the harp. And if I stop playing, everything will break apart.
I have to go now.
No. Please stay.
The Birdman wants you to be alone.
No. No.
So that I don't distract you.
No. I don't want to be alone. I have played for so long. I wanted you to come here. The Birdman promised me.
The focus. I'll use Nuri's tears as focus for the artifact. The same way the seer used the feather to project himself into a raven's body.
Well, birdcatcher?
Very well. Here, take your crown. Wear it for as long as you live. And now, you never meant to let me go, right?
Be mad at the gods, Nighthare, not me. Every lot they foist upon us seems so unfair, doesn't it? But what do your woes or those of a fairy mean compared to all the lives I could save?
Lonely bird. Boron will take even the lives you temporarily save eventually, and being immortal will make you bitter. Time will flow thick like glue, and for one tiny moment you will let down your guard. That's when the Keeper of Time will punish you.
The Keeper of Time?
The 13-horned, the chained giant.
Do you still not understand, birdcatcher? The 13-horned has no dominion over me. There is no Keeper of Time. There is no Satinav.
Was free. And Gerona returned to Andergast with her. No one there even knew of his great deed. But he didn't mind. The crows had vanished, and so had the dark dreams. And soon, the land fell into a blissful sleep again.